his home, and they got to see if there's either evidence of a crime scene there or evidence related to the crime he committed at the church. And so, to make sure that they follow the trail wherever it goes and make sure no one else is involved. It doesn't appear at this point that anyone is. And so they just have to really do things by the number at this point.
Federal law enforcement, we heard upwards of 100 FBI agents. We heard members of ATF. When they descend on the scene, how does one kind of train for that sort of response of that scale? Who kind of takes the lead, and how are things kind of divvied up at that point?
Well, so it kind of depends on the situation. So, for example, at Oxford, we're a very large agency, so we have a host of assets, including our own crime lab and things like that. So we didn't need that outside help. In this venue, they will need an outside crime lab. They'll need other things that maybe that agency doesn't have. Typically, unless there's a nexus to some national terrorism or something else, the lead would be the local agency, in this case, Blanc Township, and everyone else would assist. So again, going back to Oxford, the FBI offered anything and everything. And I said what we could really use was exactly what you heard them mention, a lot of agents to talk to all of the potential witnesses, because everyone that's there has to be interviewed. Even if they didn't see or hear anything, you have to make sure.
Right.
And so that's where having other agencies flood in and asking how they can help is really super important and helpful.
Yeah, I would have to imagine that everybody has a story to tell that was involved in this, and that's a lot of stories to coordinate and kind of sift through and piece together what's relevant and what isn't. You also have the back-end investigation where you kind of dive down what was said on social media. Was anyone else made aware of this that he possibly was talking to? How is that part of the investigation handled at all?
I'm sorry, it broke up for a half.
Oh, no problem. I was just wondering how they dive into possible other people that may have been aware, any sort of breadcrumbs that may have been to act on.
Yeah, and that's things that typically, if you look at every scenario, all the mass shooters or mass casualty things I've studied from around the world, someone saw or heard something in advance. And there's an inflection point where you can interrupt it from happening. And oftentimes that is seen or heard, but not shared widely. And so that will be part of the investigation too. What did he say or do in advance? Did other people see or hear this? Did they have foreseeable knowledge that he was going to do that? All of those kinds of things will be part of the investigation to determine why this happened without anyone, having an opportunity to stop it in advance. Because more than likely, as I said, every situation, someone sees or hears something that's concerning and it's not shared in a robust way. And that's the biggest way we can get in front of these before they happen and stop them. We've done that in our agency, and we've seen it around the country where...
Testing. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Can I take a nap? Can I just take a nap and chill? Can the world go on without acting effing out of their effing minds for 1 second? Because, thank you, Nightshade. This is in Michigan. So not only did somebody do a mass, they did it in a church on a effing Sunday. Child, no fucking respect at all. And from it says 2 are deceased. But I feel like 10 have been SHOT'd. 2 are deceased. And they already know who the fuck did this shit. They already know who did it. I'll take you to, I'll read the article I got, but let me go over here first. Look at this. Child, look at this. That looks crazy. Oh.
Fire started at the church. Now, officials just gave a press conference a short time ago. Let's take a listen.
Here to give you some preliminary details on an incident that happened earlier today.
An incident?
At 10:25 a.m. within Grambling Township. First off, I'd like to say our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident, which is completely unnecessary and avoidable.
As always.
The incident that we're going to talk about here today, as I said, was happening at 10:25 a.m. at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is located at 4285 McCandless Road. During this incident, what we know right now is that a 40-year-old suspect from Burton, he's a male, he drove his vehicle through the front doors of the church.
What?
He then exited his vehicle, firing several rounds at individuals within the church.
What the?
10 gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grand Blanc Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual, neutralizing that suspect. And that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. During all this incident as well, there was a fire that occurred, and we believe that was deliberately set by the suspect. We do believe that we will find additional victims once we have that scene secure. That fire was just extinguished by the Grand Blanc Township Fire Department within the past hour. So where we go from here is we have investigators. We're going to do search warrants on the suspect's residence. We're going to find out if there was a motive. We're going to go through cell phone records, things like that. We had the FBI, they're devoting 100 agents to this area because, as you can imagine, there's a lot of witnesses that were within the church, and that is a lot of witness information, statements that we have to obtain. So I'd like to thank all the agencies who responded, the City of Grand Blanc, Genesee County, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Flint Township Police Department, the DNR, the State Police, and the ATF. I will provide additional information for you at 5 p.m., but I am willing to take any questions that you have that I could possibly answer right now.
Chief, can you talk about the kind of the progress of events? Did the suspect set the fire, then get back inside of his vehicle and then ran the front door, or did it all happen at the same time?
So from what I understand, and again, this is just a preliminary investigation right now, from what I have been briefed on, is that he rammed the vehicle through the front door, exited, then started firing shots. We are still trying to determine exactly when and where that fire ended up coming from and how it got started. So we believe it was deliberately set, though, by the suspect.
Were they in an active service when this happened?
Yes, the service was active. There was hundreds of people within the church.
Oh my God.
Are you sure it's only one suspect at this point, or is it possible other people help us identify?
You know what? I can't stand reporters. I got to be honest with you. They ask some of the dumbest questions. Whoever said they think they give out too much information, I agree sometimes. They got to keep us updated on what the fuck, but don't give out too much information. So RBN, it looks like some crazy ass white man ran his vehicle through a church, started SHOTing people from what it sounds like, and then somehow the church got caught on fire. I'm assuming that he set the fire, or maybe the car running through made the place catch on fire. Child, I don't know. But let me go over here to this. Hold on. Child, you can't do nothing. I told y'all, everybody crazy, and you need to be careful. Everybody is crazy.
In that vehicle, you were in that car when the shooting happened. You were inside the church.
I was inside the church.
You were inside the church. So walk me through what happened.
Okay, we went to church. We sat down. We had just gotten done with our sacrament, the sacrament portion of our meeting. One of our counselors was up speaking, and we heard a big bang, and the doors blew. And then everybody rushed out, and we went through the church and out through the parking lot. They were trying to get us down to the lake. But the lady that I was trying to help out, she couldn't make it that far, so we got us back up in the parking lot and got us into the Taylor's car. When we got in the cars and we flipped around, and that's when the shooter started shooting at the car. And Brother Taylor is fine. It hit his hand. And then we got over there and we came here, and these nice people let us in, and we've been here since.
I'm so sorry for you to experience something like that. Words will never be enough to tell you how scary of a situation this was. 10:30, this unfolded. When you heard the loud bang, when you heard the gunshots, what was going through your mind at that point in time?
Surreal. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know if we were going to have to get down because we couldn't see anybody. You know, we couldn't see. So I'm not sure if he came in the building or not because he was outside, you know, obviously when we. So, but it was just scary. I mean, I came to worship my Savior Jesus Christ, and I didn't expect this to happen. Of course, you know, it has, you know, it's, and I've lost friends in there.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
And some of my little primary children that I teach on Sundays were hurt.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So it's very devastating for me.
So first of all, rest in peace to the people that unfortunately are taken on up out of here, and people that had to even witness this shit, right? Child, we already knew it was white. I mean, white people, let's be honest now, this is the shit that y'all do. So I'm just saying, when you hear shit like this, because there's somebody just told me there's one that happened in North Damn Carolina. Did y'all know that? I had no. Child, can I go to sleep? Can I take a nap? Can I take some time off? So it says at least 3 are deleted, 8 injured in North Carolina. Did this happen at the same time, though? Oh my God. This is 8 hours ago. So that's around the time, I guess, that we was live streaming. What the?
3 people killed, at least 8 more wounded after a gunman on a boat opened fire into a crowd at a riverside bar in North Carolina.
So, child, one is running into a church on a Jeep, I'm assuming. The other one's riding down the fucking river. Everybody thinks that we are living in the Truman Show, y'all. I don't even know what to say at this point. We are living in everybody is crazy. Everybody thinks this shit is a fucking game, I'm telling you. Everybody wants to be fucking famous and a fucking martyr. What if they were, what if they planned it? Allegedly, I don't know nothing. Supernova X said both were veterans with PTSD. Of course, that's an excuse. I don't care about none of that. I'm not saying that it's not, something that somebody got to be concerned with, but I'm not trying to hear no excuses for this issue, especially when you're going to a church. We can't even though I know this has happened in a church before, not as wild as what they just said a second ago, but you trying to tell me that there ain't no safe spot anywhere, no one has any wherewithal, no thought to say, well, let's keep something, sacred, basically. I guess not. Anything goes. Anything goes.
An evening of music and drinks turned into a night of terror.
The subject on the boat shooting into the building from the boat.
Southport officials saying the gunman on a boat began shooting at patrons of the American Fish Company, a popular waterfront pub about 30 miles south.
Child, probably a ton of people out here too. Yeah, probably. Look at that. Look at how crowded it is. It's a warm day here on the East Coast. Where's this at? North Carolina. So it's probably warmer in North Carolina than it is up here in Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey.
Of Wilmington. Officials saying the boat then.
Oh my God, that's where my sister used to live, in Wilmington, North Carolina. Oh, Lord.
Escaped up the intercoastal waterway. According to the city, a U.S. Coast Guard crew later spotted a man matching the shooter's description at a public boat ramp. He was detained and is now in custody with Oak Island police. Police are calling him a person of interest. No motive has been released.
Keep the community and those involved, our families, in your thoughts and prayers.
No information.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, y'all. I got to be honest with you. Is anybody tired of thoughts and prayers? I mean, rest in peace to these people and the collateral damage that I always say nobody ever thinks about. Nobody ever thinks about the people that witness it and what the hell they're going through, moving forward, having to have experienced something crazy like this, right? They still got to live their life and figure out how to move forward. All they was trying to do was go have a drink. They was just trying to go to church. They was just trying to whatever anybody was trying to do. Then here comes a fucking lunatic who could have just taken out himself. That's why I'd be like, I can't be mad at Twitch for taking out himself and going to a hotel to do so, because he left his family alone. He didn't mess up that house and leave up horrible memories for them to witness. You know what I'm saying? And he just took care of himself. That's the best way I can say it. These people got to them people didn't ask for you to come do this shit. Wow. I cannot. This is okay. This is still the North Carolina. I can't even
Yet on the victims here, officials saying they are waiting until the families can be notified to release any further information. Gio.
Oh, what a crazy story. All right, thank you, Olivia.
Terrible.
All righty. Let me go over here to the damn the New York Post. This is where I found it. So this is the one from Michigan. Whoever said that. Iraq war veteran Thomas Sanford ID'd as gunman who attacked Grand Blanc LDS, Latter-day Saints, church, killing 2 and setting it ablaze. Wow. I can't do this. This is too much. The deranged madman, well, at least they started this off, right? The deranged madman who deleted at least 2 people and wounded 8 others at a Michigan Latter-day Saints church before setting it ablaze is a 40-year-old Iraq war veteran who served in the U.S. Marines. The Post can confirm. OMG. Wow. Let me see. I guess I don't have any mods in here, so... And let me go ahead and take care of your punk ass. Thomas Jacob Sanford rammed his Chevy Silverado truck into the building before opening fire on worshipers at a Sunday service of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. Ain't that where Anton is, right? RBN, aren't you in Michigan or no? That picture looks crazy, y'all. That picture looks crazy. Oh, is that his truck? A firefighter facing the vehicle that ran. Oh, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. That's his truck with the two. Oh, okay. My bad. With the 2 American flags up there. He also set the church ablaze, causing the entire structure to burn down. Authorities fear there may be more victims in the fire. A Facebook post by Sanford's mother says the gunman who died at the scene in a shootout with the police, who served in Iraq. He served in Iraq from 2004 to 2008. Now, I got to be honest, though. I support military. I give respect to all the military veterans, and I got a military family, right? I cannot imagine what the hell they deal with. Just like I say the same thing about the oppressor. I can't imagine what the hell they deal with the things that they see, with the things that they got to be witness to. They got to handle, no ifs, ands, or buts and stuff like that. They just might be going through a lot for real. But seriously, Sergeant King said, as a vet, I know for a fact the VA denied 95% of war veterans every day. They are suffering out here. So much red tape. I'm so sorry to hear that. But I know for a fact, like 2, my dad, my sister, and a friend of mine, 3 of them who be applying for whatever. I don't know what they be applying for, but they always say you got to apply and you'll get denied, and you reapply and you get declined. And I'm like, well, that's dumb. Why you got to keep doing it over and over again? And all 3 people who are not like in the same room together, like when we're talking, they just be like, that's just what they go through. Probably like Sergeant King is saying, that's the red tape. That's something that probably needs to be fixed, because it seems like they eventually give it to them, but they just got to keep denying them for some reason. Like, everything's a damn game, child. Everything is a damn game. He was killed minutes after the first 911 call came in. Oh, really? See? Wow. Like I said, 3 separate people. Now you're the 4th. Wow. A Department of Natural Resources officer and a local township cop responded to the scene in about 30 seconds. Oh, well, there you go. That's good. Thomas Jacobs Silverado pickup truck. Child. Oh my God. Is that the end of the church? Wow. Oh my God. It's like, oh my God, that look crazy. It's going. Wow. I don't even know what to say, y'all. That is crazy. Authorities later confirmed that Sanford from nearby Burton, Michigan, is the lone suspect. The source of the blaze was not immediately known. Yeah, because I thought maybe the truck blew up or something. Obviously not. Sources told the Post authorities found several improvised explosive device. What? Explosive devices on church property, which a bomb squad was investigating. Oh my God. Cops said there were hundreds of worshipers inside the church when the attack began, with aerial footage showing an enormous plume of choking black smoke rising up from the structure as it burned. So, social media accounts believed to be connected to Sanford show he's a family man with a wife and a son. Lord help your people. Sheesh. Sheesh. A dormant GoFundMe page from 2015 raised more than $3,000 for the couple's now 10-year-old son, who was born with congenital something, or CHI, a rare genetic condition where the pancreas releases too much insulin. I don't know nothing about that. Pictures from the Sanford's Facebook page show the family smiling, posing in the beds of pickup trucks or in a field of tall sunflowers. An unnamed witness told Fox 2 Detroit that the attack started at about just after the congregational hymn, when hundreds of people were inside the building for the 10 a.m. service. Churchgoers reportedly heard a loud bang as the attacker crashed his truck into the church. We at first thought someone had accidentally crashed into the church, so we went to help him. Oh my God. Oh my God. We at first thought someone had accidentally crashed into the church, so we went to help him. Paul Kirby, 38, who also ran outside to render assistance, believing it to be an accident, told the New York Times he saw the man getting out of the truck from about 10 to 20 yards away before he realized what was happening. He started shooting at me. Oh my God. So imagine what his PTSD is going to be going forward. These people trying to help to their own demise. And then people will be like, why didn't anyone help? Why didn't anyone do anything? Everyone just stood there using their phone. He said, Kirby said, saying a bullet whizzed through a nearby glass door, clipping his leg with a piece of shrapnel. When he then rushed inside the church to find his wife. He then rushed inside the church to find his wife and two sons before they fled through the back of the church and loaded as many people into their car as they could before speeding away. Well, shout out to them. Lord, help your people. You know they're not going to admit that. Listen, white people, come on now. This is what white people do. They do masses. That's they stilo. That's they stilo. Child. What you think? What you think they're going to do? You know what's about to happen? The same thing that just happened 2 weeks ago. Is going to be somebody needs to do something about weapons. You know what I'm talking about, the Second Amendment. And what can we do? How come and when? I'm telling you, that's what the conversation is going to be. Then somehow, some way, it will change to left versus right. And nothing gets resolved. Wash, rinse, repeat. Anybody disagree? Grand Blanc resident Tony Deck told USA Today that he drove by the church after hearing sirens and saw at least 4 yellow canvases over deceased bodies. Aerial photos show the massive fire, that started during the attack, fully engulfing the house of worship in flames. though the exact cause of the blaze remains under investigation. Well, I think this just kind of happened not too long ago. Meanwhile, detectives are also probing whether the mass and fire has any connection to the death of longtime National LDS Church President Russell M. Nelson, who died Saturday in Salt Lake City at age 101. What? Meanwhile, detectives are also probing whether the mass and fire has any connection to the death of longtime National LDS Church President Russell Nelson, who died Saturday in Salt Lake City at age 101. He was 101. How long did y'all think he was going to live? No shade. Rest in peace to that man. He was 101. He was 101. I think that's a long life. Would you agree or would you disagree? Wow. Wow. Oh, Lord, help your people.
Yeah, Camille, to that point that you made at the end, during a 1 p.m. news conference, they did allude to the fact that they believe that people were trapped inside that church. Obviously, when we heard the latest update, he was quick to mention that those 10 victims were victims of gunshots. So we're still waiting to hear any updates, and you can assume why when you look at the mass chaos that came as a result of that fire at the church. So hopefully we'll have some more information on that front when we check back in with you later on after that 8 p.m. news conference. Camille, thank you for that report. Let's go now to Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack. She is in nearby Burton, a 15-minute drive from the church at a home where investigators say the shooter lived. Jessica, what's going on there at that scene?
A lot more of the same out here, Dave. You can see the bomb squad, the emergency support team with Michigan State Police staggered behind me, and one of those vehicles directly in front of the shooter's house here in Burton. Now, we've learned a bit about this shooter. He's a 40-year-old from Burton. He has a wife, a young son, and he is a Marine veteran serving time 4 years in Iraq. It's unclear if he saw combat during that time, but obviously, given the strategy and planning that was laid out today, he has firearms training, possibly explosives training, and that is part of the reason that the bomb squad is out here, kind of a secondary scene from the church, the possibility that maybe there are explosives inside of his home, some kind of booby trap or something like that. Now, we do have all new information. I just got out of the phone with sources, and they confirmed with me that what the holdup has been out here is they're waiting for search warrants that are approved by the Genesee County prosecutor and judges, and they're waiting for that. So we're really in a holding pattern right now, but that doesn't hurt. That sort of delay in paperwork, if you will, doesn't hurt when you're dealing with a situation that could potentially become a secondary scene. I also spoke to federal sources in the ATF, and I'm told that the National Emergency Response Team is en route here. Now, that group is an elite group of investigators that handle explosives, that handle firearms. So they're being sent here. They will be on the ground in the morning, and it is a big deal when that team comes. They're the most elite of the elite. So I want to talk again a little bit about that shooter. We canvassed the neighborhood, talked to some neighbors, and this is what one of those neighbors had to say about his interactions with that 40-year-old alleged shooter. So he seemed like a relatively normal guy to you.
But he was in the military, so I don't know if that had something to do with it. Maybe he just kind of snapped, you know. I'm in the military for 25 years. But
sounds like he had all kinds of explosives at the church. I mean, the concern now is they're moving really slow, is going in that house. I mean, does that alarm you? You're not that far.
No, it don't really alarm me because I'm this far away. If it does happen, I don't think I'd get blown up. I can't believe it. It happens all over the world, but I didn't think it would happen over here.
Yeah, that is the sentiment out here in Burton. And behind me, the bomb squad is on standby to go into the shooter's home. Again, they're waiting on search warrants. We will be here every single step of the way. For now, reporting live in Burton, Jessica Dupnack, Fox.
I guess you got to wait on warrants every single time. Here's a update on the freaking one in North Carolina where they already know who this dude is. It says suspect charged already after deadly North Carolina waterfront bar shooting.
Some facts that we have at this time is that we believe that this was a targeted location.
You think?
We appear that he acted in what we call a lone wolf. He acted alone. This is highly premeditated from what we're seeing at this time. And we feel there are no other threats to our community, that we do have someone in custody.
Police in North Carolina giving an update moments ago on the shooting at a waterfront bar in that state. The suspect has been arrested and is going to be charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. And with that, we welcome you inside, everybody. This is Fox News Live. I'm Kevin Cork in Washington. Police say the gunman opened fire on a busy restaurant from a nearby boat along the river. 3 people dying in that shooting. At least 5 others were wounded. Madison Scarpino has the very latest for us this afternoon. Maddie.
Yeah, Kevin, it's awful. Imagine just having food and drinks on the water, listening to live music, enjoying your Saturday night, and then someone in a boat starts shooting up the place. That's what happened last night in Southport, North Carolina. As you mentioned, 3 people now dead, at least 5 more are injured. We know some are fighting for their life. And we just got an update from local officials who say that the suspect is 40-year-old Nigel Edge.
This suspect identifies as a combat veteran.
Oh my God, y'all. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. I know this is, why is it saying, this has got to be wrong. Hold on. Child, I'm about to shut this shit down. I'm telling you that right now. I'm about to shut this shit down. I am about to shut this shit down. Does this say that there's a shooting at the hideout in Wayne County? The shooting happened in the afternoon on Sunday. Police say a suspect is in custody. The Pennsylvania State Police, Honesdale Barack, are investigating a shooting that happened in the hideout community near Lake Ariel on Sunday. Child, they don't know about cash. Child, let me get my house in the Caribbean, because child, y'all crazy. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Cause there ain't no information on it yet, but Lord, help your people. This is
identifies injured in the line of duty is what he's saying. He suffers from PTSD. We want to point those facts out. He acted alone. This is highly premeditated from what we're seeing at this time.
This is Edge's mugshot from overnight. He was arrested not long after the shooting. He's currently in jail without.
Child. What the hell is going on? And now AI is writing the news now. What you mean AI is writing the news? What are you saying? What do you mean? What is this? What is this on the screen? Crossing the street.
Bond, and he's now facing 3 counts of first-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, other charges, and the local DA says that we should be expecting some more. Now, right now, the motive is unclear, but we do know from his local police chief, he's not a stranger to law enforcement. Police say this all happened around 9:30 last night at the American Fish Company restaurant. It's at a local yacht basin about 30 miles south of Wilmington, a really popular spot. And the local district attorney says most of the people killed were not locals, but people who were on vacation in the coastal town. The Southport police chief says this is weighing really heavy on the small, tight-knit community. Here he is overnight.
You're awesome.
November will be 8 years that I've been the chief, and I don't recall a time that we've had an active shooter situation like this. So it's definitely it's a bad night for Southport.
So the suspect is due in court tomorrow. So we'll likely learn a lot more facts in this case then. And the local DA says that they are exploring the possibility of the death penalty.
Click here.
I mean, exploring it. What the fuck? Lord, help your people. Shout out to Reaper for the 10 memberships. I see you, boo. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of our channel members. We are open right now, but if it gets too crazy, let me know. I will definitely shut this down to subscribers only. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you did get the membership, please make sure you thank Dr. Reaper for it. Thank you all so much for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Over here is where I saw it on this streamer's channel, Novice City, breaking active shooter at Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania. I don't know, you know what he knows.
Something about, I have no idea what happened in Chicago.
Chicago?
Yo, what is going on today, guys? It is Sunday.
Right.
Yo, what is happening? There is so much going on.
Child, speak on it. Give us some update on what's going on in Pennsylvania, because I don't know. Let me see. Local news. Hold on.
Yeah, somebody said something's going on in Chicago. I'm typing it.
I know you fucking lying.
I'm typing it in right now. Oh, you're talking about no, that's somebody. You guys gotta read before you send things, right?
Oh,
that's
Lord.
Nothing. That's just
Normal
showing a force or something like that.
We rarely hear about. We've seen chopper video. We've seen it just plumes and plumes of smoke and flames. And this is a very large church, more than 100 people inside for Sunday worship. Let's take a listen. I think we have some sound that we can go to from the police chief here from Grand Blanc Township. Take a listen.
That suspect is a 40-year-old male from the city of Burton, who we identified as Thomas Jacob Sanford. That's Thomas Jacob Sanford, S-A-N.
All right, so this is the one about the one in child, where is it? Michigan. That's his name. I can't keep up. Pete, thank you so much, boo. Shout out to the Czar. I appreciate you. He said, shout out to the messy voice of reason. Love your work. Shout out to South Africa. South Africa, right? Thank you so much, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate you for hanging in there, because this is depressing on a Sunday night when we all got to get ready to get up and go to work tomorrow and get up and go out into the damn world while we're safe at home. Well, prayerfully, we are all safe at home, because who knows what the fuck craziness is. Anyway. Lord, help your people. Hold on. Where are we going? Over here to Fox.
Opening fire. He then set the church on fire somehow, and is now dead, the shooter is, after exchanging gunfire with officers. And joining us here in studio, Steve Dolan, former assistant chief of the Detroit Police Department, to add a little perspective on what those officers are going through as they kind of process everything that's happening. Quite a chaotic scene. Where to even begin?
It's hard to begin because it's a Sunday morning. Chances are you're by yourself because it's Grand Blanc. Just Sunday morning, had your cup of coffee, you're going to drive by the churches, special attention. Run comes out, not shots fired, not a man with a gun, active shooter. And you go, uh-oh, it's real.
Yeah.
And you're going there and you're by yourself, hoping the backup, which turns out DNR showed up, give them a ton of credit. But you got to go in there and neutralize the situation, and that's your priority. For the victims, you got to make sure you neutralize it.
We heard that they were on scene within literal seconds and engaging the shooter in gunfire and able to neutralize the threat. However, a fire had already started and broke out. And as those officers are responding, and other first responders are now coming to the scene to put out a blaze and figure out the true scope of this tragedy, they're having to encounter so many unknowns.
This is different than other mass shootings because of the fire. You usually get the run, you go in there, you neutralize the situation, then make sure there's no other shooters, then you try to get the victims out for medical attention. Now you got a fire.
Yeah.
You got to make sure the firefighters get in there. They're not armed. You don't want more victims there. It just boom, boom, boom. And you're the first one on the scene. And it's a Sunday morning.
Right.
you don't prepare. You train for that, but you don't prepare for it mentally. What you see, kids being shot, seniors being shot, church on fire.
The Grand Blanc Church with Fox 2's Hillary Golston. She's live at Henry Ford Genesee Hospital in Grand Blanc, where some of the shooting victims were told were taken. Hillary, what have we learned?
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure out exactly where all of these victims were taken. The most important thing we could say is
I cannot keep up. There's too much going on, y'all. I'm trying to find something with this aerial Pennsylvania thing, which it is, looks like it is true. The thing in North Carolina looks like it happened last night. Not that that makes it better. The thing with Michigan happened this morning during church, whatever time zone Michigan is on. And now there's allegedly something going on with in Lake Ariel. It says this news program is saying that it is an active shooter at Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania, but this is the only person that's showing it. So I don't see anything else. I'm looking for it right now. I'll let him talk, I guess.
Have residents all in there. I mean, excuse me, they have authority all in there, but they're waiting to execute that and to see what they're going to find. He seemed like a normal person, this guy.
Don't they always?
We're going to tackle back to Pennsylvania. I'm bouncing back and forth because there's limited information of what's happening at Lake Ariel and Pennsylvania. So just please forgive me. But when it comes to these updates, I like to tackle them while we're live instead of just going live later, just for little things. So what happened in Michigan? It's fucked up. It's tragic. We're gonna continue with these little bit of updates, and we're gonna come right back to what happened in Penn.
All right. So shout out to Reaper for sending me this. This must be happening now, which is why I guess there's not much about it. PSP investigating Wayne County shooting.
2822 News starts with breaking news.
Good evening, I'm Mark Hiller. We come on the air with a person in custody after a shooting at a private development near Lake Ariel. It happened this afternoon at the Hideout. State police say there is no ongoing threat to the public, but they have not released any other
Child, how is it not an ongoing threat to the public when it's out in public?
Information, including word about any casualties. A 2822 News crew is headed to the scene. Stay with us on air and online as the story develops.
All right, well, let me keep him around because that's the only one I can see talking about it besides this dude here.
for Detroit is we wrap our arms around one another, and the pain that they're experiencing is absolutely our pain tonight, Dave.
So true, Hillary. And yes, we'll let you kind of gather up as much information. We'll check back with you very shortly with what you've learned. Thank you for that live report. Here's another look at what we know about the shooting that happened in Grand Blanc. This happened around 10 this morning at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. 2 people killed, 8 others hurt, 7 of them in stable condition, another in critical. The shooter from Burton is dead. Police say he drove a truck into the front entrance, got out of that truck, and started shooting people as they were fleeing from the church with an assault rifle. Hundreds of churchgoers were there at the time. Investigators believe the suspect also set the church on fire before he was killed with the shootout with police. The fire's been put out, but the damage to the church is devastating. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer reacting to the tragedy. She says, quote, "My heart is breaking for the Grand Blanc community. Violence anywhere, especially in a place of worship, is unacceptable. I'm grateful for the first responders who took action quickly. We will continue to monitor this situation and hold the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc close." Oakland County prosecutor.
Guys, let me ask you a question. You know, somebody came in my chat and talked about the shooting that happened at a casino. Is that separate? Again, I was sick. Is that separate from like somebody? It was something about like shooting off of like the waterfront bar shooting. Is that shooting different? The casino one versus the.
I know there's not another one. I know there's not another one.
They're talking about him being charged. I'm gonna show you guys right after this. But we're going to tackle back to Pennsylvania, what happened at Lake Ariel, okay?
Karen McDonald with this to say, quote, Americans have a right to feel
different.
safe
Okay.
at church. My heart goes out to the victims.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate you all.
LDS Church, but sympathy is not enough. Gun violence is a public health crisis. We have an obligation to find solutions to this deadly problem so that everyone can
Eagle
feel
Pass,
safe
Texas.
at church, school, and other public places. President Donald Trump also weighing in on Truth Social, saying the suspect is dead, but there is still a lot to learn. This appears to be yet another targeted attack on Christians in the United States of America. The Trump administration will keep the public posted, as we always do. In the meantime, pray for the victims and their families. This epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately. Fox 2 will continue to bring you live coverage throughout this newscast, so stay with us on this as we cover this breaking news story. We'll keep you updated online and Fox Local.
I mean, we can't sit here and talk about every SHOOT. I mean, I might as well just say it because there was a shooting at a casino in Texas, yes, but not necessarily a mass shooting, because we could be here all day just going through Chicago, Baltimore after a freaking weekend, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? So there was something in Eagle Pass, a casino in somewhere in Texas, but I don't think that was a like a mass. So this shit here is like masses, as I'm concerned. You know,
he is in custody. So the guy, I don't know, whoever this guy is,
unambiguous diagnostic.
Whoever this guy is, he in Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania, he's in custody. He was not deceased. There was a couple comments saying that he was. No, he's in custody now. That guy survived. He's done for. He's done for. Marlene with the 50 Cash App. Thank you so much. Happy early birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
He is the only
Thank you so much for the half a honey bun.
He is the only person that is even talking about this. Like, I'm on regular Pennsylvania news channels, and they're not even, they talking about the fucking weather, child. They over here saying, F it, we don't give a damn. Allegedly, I don't know.
And we're thinking
Back to
about
Michigan.
disease. We can't tie any specific person's behavior or decisions to a pathology in their brain. So the majority of people who get diagnosed with CT, which, as you said, is something that gets diagnosed post-mortem, they don't do anything like this. And so this is in no way an excuse for his behavior. But when you think about this disease, it's something that can typically is associated with problems with thinking, problems with memory, problems with decision-making. And if you have damage to those parts of your brain, it's not going to help you make better decisions.
Yeah, that is a very good. And obviously, when you think of CTE, you think of the NFL, you think of obviously concussions and the link that is obviously ever evolving. What exactly is CTE? How does it come to be?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right that CTE is something that's caused by repeated head impacts, many of which are concussions, but it also is caused by those head impacts that don't result in symptoms that accumulate with time. So it's the cumulative amount of head impact burden you get, but it's not a brain injury. So the brain injury recovers, and then you end up, if you have a lot of these, with a...
All right, y'all. Back to the, where's my mouse? New York Post. It says cops are probing whether the Michigan church shooting has ties to Mormon leader's death. Why would this have anything to do about that man that was 101 years old dying? I'm so confused. Is this him?
Local authorities, I was asked by Grand Blanc Township, or the city authorities, I was asked by Grand Blanc to work in conjunction with the federal, state, local authorities. I was asked by Grand Blanc Township, where the scene is active, to put this message out to the community that there is the more active threat. The shooter is down. We do have multiple victims. The entire church is on fire, and we're working with fire and all those things that happen during an active shooter training. This is a dynamic scene. So the time where we are right now, there's going to be more updates. Just know that there's a lot of things that are happening that we are not able to communicate just because of the work that needs to be done. The McCannis Road between Holly and Saginaw is shut down. and we'll be having more updates. But again, the people that were here have been evacuated. We do have victims. We're working on that. More updates to come. The scene is no longer a threat. Just one.
Lord, that's still a little crazy. You can't just like light a piece of paper on fire and then you get engulfed like that. Like, I feel like you gotta have like either several things that are go off at the same time or like accelerant and in different places. Like that whole building is gone. I used to work in a
Make potty training easier with
in a fire marshal's office, so they always was teaching me shit about fires and whatnot. Detectives are probing whether Sunday's mass on fire at a Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan, has any connection to the death a day earlier of longtime National Church President Russell M. Nelson. Investigators are urgently working the shooter's motive, checking for any recent threats to the congregation, and whether the attack's timing bears any relation to Nelson's passing on Saturday in Salt Lake City at age 101. No motive yet. What the hell is this? At least one person. Okay, I guess they took that picture from somebody's house. They was that close. Lord help your people. Oh, is that him? Yeah, that is Russell Nelson. Grand Blanc police said a 40-year-old man from Burton drove a vehicle through the front entrance at 10:25 a.m. local time, then exited and fired several rounds at parishioners. Child. 10 people with gunshot wounds were taken to local hospitals. One victim died. This is old because there's two. Renier said at an afternoon briefing. Responding cops, including a Michigan Department of Natural Resources officer, confronted the gunman and exchanged fire. Oh yeah, they was like there in like 3 seconds, y'all. They was there quick. The suspect was SHOT and died at the scene. Hundreds of parishioners were inside the church at the time of the attack, according to law enforcement officials who say they expect to find additional victims. Nelson, president of Latter-day Saints and the oldest person ever to lead the faith, died late Saturday at his home. The church said Nelson died after 10 p.m. local time Saturday. He is survived by his wife, Wendy, 8 of his 10 children from his first marriage, 57 grandchildren, Lord, and more than 167 great-grandchildren. Before church leadership, Nelson built a renowned medical career. A pioneering heart surgeon, he performed Utah's first open heart operation in 1955. He helped develop an artificial heart-lung machine, served in top professional posts. He later served as director of the American Board of Thoracic Surgery before he became a full-time church leadership. Well, what the hell? Why would anybody want to mess with that man? He 101. He 101. How they trying to like put this off on the reason would be for him? I don't get it. I don't get it. Child, that man was just producing kids to produce kids to produce kids. But I guess if you're 101, you would have a bunch of kids, right? Lord help your people. What is this? This so crazy.
Unfolded. Thank you for that live report. We're going to continue our team coverage now with Fox 2's.
Child, can you hear? Because of course StreamYard is StreamYard, and of course. Stupid shit. It's on my fucking nerves every single time.
Mary, who is live at the Grand Blanc Township Hall. Camille, you were there as investigators and lead authorities here gave us an update on what we know so far.
Yeah, so they did have a very brief press briefing at 5 o'clock, and we're going to have another one at 8 o'clock. But the most important thing we learned that we've all been wanting to know is who is this person? And police have confirmed his identity as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford out of Burton. As you know, Jessica is outside his home. This has been a horrible, horrible day here in Genesee County. We're talking about 10:25 a.m. Police say that Thomas Jacob Sanford drove his vehicle into the Church of Latter-day Saints, that it was an explosion, IED devices. He got out, started shooting, police say, a massive fire, a 4-alarm fire, which is not something that we hardly ever encounter. As we've already been recapping, 10 people shot total, 2 people now confirmed deceased. That is not including the shooter. Police were able to neutralize him within minutes of all of this. And incidentally, they were on scene within seconds. 2 police officers, one of them a DNR officer. We were actually where Jessica is. We were out there earlier this afternoon and then came out here for this 5 o'clock press conference. But we were talking to people who were piecing it all together, everyday citizens just trying to figure out who this person was. And then it became very clear that who the man was, and through the word of mouth. I mean, Burton is a small city, right? Everybody knows everybody. We talked to this man who lives about a mile away from the suspected shooter's house, and here's what he had to say about it.
Right. You know who that is? Members, it's on your members page. I posted for you. What happened? What happened today, chat?
Who is?
Boom, that's him.
That's the same.
That is Thomas Stanford. That is Thomas Stanford right there.
He ain't getting no better.
Now, they both are veterans.
Oh, well, maybe this will get people, or maybe this will get the people that keep denying y'all to approve stuff.
They both committed mass shootings back to back. His was yesterday on the left, Nigel. On the right, that's Thomas. Thomas Stanford, right? And they're both 40 years old. She just said the age. And I'm like, 40? Wasn't Thomas 40? Both 40 years old. Both served back-to-back mass shooting. Random acts. Random. What the hell is going on? That is crazy strange. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, you are.
But you got to admit.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Conspiracy theory.
This is crazy to me.
I agree.
I dare.
And we can't get nothing on Ariel, Pennsylvania. I'm still looking. These Pennsylvania stations ain't even talking about it.
Did they birth serve Iraq? I don't know. Let me actually. I don't know if Nigel. Hold on. Let me. Did he serve? Let me do that research real quick. He is a U.S. Marine veteran who was wounded in Iraq. He was wounded in Iraq. And according to the reports, he said he served multiple tours in Iraq and sustained injuries, including from an IED. Yo, that's a coincidence. He sustained an injury, according to the Hutchinson Times. The left shrapnel in his brain, and including from an IED. That's crazy. Nigel, he sustained injuries, including from an IED. And you know what we learned about Thomas? That's a coincidence. He had an assault weapon who served Iraq, and he had IEDs. Yo, this is crazy. Yo. This is crazy. This is a big ass coincidence.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Excuse my language.
So this casino thing, Reaper, shout out to you. I see you. Thank you so much for sending this. Child, I don't know if it's a mass or not, child, but let's hear it because we got it. So this is what this is. This is for the casino shooting in Texas, child.
The sheriff will be addressing the media right now. So just to advise you that this is an ongoing investigation. He will be providing all the information that he can, and we will not be taking any questions today. Okay, thank you.
Hello. First of all, I would like to give my condolences to the two families. I understand there's two deceased, and hopefully prayers for the ones that are wounded. Hopefully they can recover fast. And I have here my press here. Montgomery County Sheriff's Office deputies responded and helped secure the scene and search for the subject. This happened at 9/11 at 11:48 p.m. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office evidence tag also responded and assisted in collecting evidence for Kickapoo Travel Police investigation. Kickapoo Police Department, in cooperation with the Texas Ranger and DPS, located the suspect in Wilson County, and he was taken into custody. The suspect name, he's 34 years old, and his name is Karen Jones. Keyran Jones. And charges is 2 counts of capital murder and 5 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We'd like to thank all agencies that responded: U.S. Border Patrol, Eagle Pass Police Department, Eagle Pass Fire Department, DPS, Texas Ranger, and Wilson County Sheriff's Office. Now, I know we're at the border and we have media from Mexico, so we would like to read this in Spanish.
La llamada y era una llamada. También el oficial que se encarga de la evidencia. La persona en Wilson se llama Karen, U.S. Border.
Information that we can give you later on.
Do you happen to have the type of...
This right here is in Texas. This one right here is in Texas. Then there's the one that everyone's talking about, which is in Michigan. Then there was one last night in, I don't know that this casino is a mass shooting though. I don't know that it's that. Last night, there was a mass in North Carolina. Some dude taking a boat down the river and then shot at a bunch of people who were out eating and drinking, it sounds like. And then whatever is going on in Ariel, Pennsylvania, which no one is talking about at this moment.
Not right now. This investigation is conducted by the Kickapoo Police Department, and they would release more information later on. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Can I take a picture of your copy? You got it.
Ciao. Lord.
Grateful for the outpouring of prayer and concern from so many people around the world. In moments of sorrow and uncertainty, we find strength and comfort through our faith in Jesus Christ. Places of worship are meant to be sanctuaries of peace.
I would say North Carolina, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, maybe Texas, because I don't know that that was a mass shooting.
Continues.
Hard to shift gears today, but could the Tigers...
All right, I don't care about that. Anyway, this too much. This is all right. Let me turn this off because I ain't trying to hear it from YouTube. Still no one in actual Pennsylvania news speaking about this. So the 1 man, 2 men, 2 vets, 1 Michigan, the 1 in North Carolina, both vets, both allegedly suffered from PTSD. Both situations sound completely outrageous, One going down the river, the other one ramming through the front damn door of the church, then setting that damn thing ablaze. Crazy. Then there's something allegedly going on in Ariel, Pennsylvania. Only that black guy really is talking about it with the one brief news piece that he showed. Somebody in that chat spoke about a casino in Texas. So that's what Reaper sent me. I don't know that that's a mass shooting. All this shit is kind of developing now at this point with Pennsylvania. And if there's anything going on in Texas, it's too much. It's just too much. So this is your Sunday, last Sunday in September. Everybody out here wilding. But if something more like whatever is happening in Ariel, Pennsylvania, I may come back and discuss it. But at this point, that's everything that we know. Oh, the dude in North Carolina has been arrested. The dude in Michigan is deceased. The oppressor took him out as they should. But the part that's crazy is that some people, I should say, are trying to say that maybe this had something to do with the Latter-day Saints dude that was 101 dying. I don't know about all that. The man's 101 years old. I don't know how much longer they thought that man was going to live. And of course, they're both vets, which is a bigger story as well. So that's it. That's plenty. Child, I'm just trying to take a nap. At this point, I can't, or else I'll wake back up. But I'll go find something to eat. Shout out to y'all that made it here. Hit the like button if you haven't. I appreciate you. Shout out to the regular smegulars. I'll definitely, hopefully see y'all tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST for our Monday live stream. Hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. I will see you all in the next one.